Canadian Senator Lynn Beyak violated U.S. law, erroneously donated to Trump's re-election campaign.
Here's a summary of the article.
Parsing through financial disclosures, Vice reports that there is no indication that Beyak holds dual citizenship or owns property in the states. Beyak's office confirmed to Vice that the senator did send in the political donation, however the money is being returned in its entirety, simply because was erroneous. The RNC must report all returned donations but has not reported returning the senator's contribution. Since former Prime Minister Stephen Harper appointed Beyak to the Senate in 2013, she has had a series of controversies. In February, sitting as an independent, Beyak was suspended for the remainder of the parliamentary session because she did not complete the anti-racism training she had been directed to undergo. Beyak's suspension ended when Prime Minister Justin Trudeau prorogued Parliament in the summer. Beyak is back on the government payroll, collecting her full $157,600 a year salary, and has access to Senate resources, CBC reported.
This post received a score of 29,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Erroneously donated directly to the Trump campaign instead of one of the PACs that aren't required to disclose foreign donors.
That's because she is a moron.
Let's not forget the fact that she claimed to be Metis because her parents adopted an indigenous child. She's one of those morons who considers indigenous people to be savages, and that we are rescuing them by introducing them to the miracle of Jesus Christ and saving their souls. She's straight out of the 1600s.
The last residential school closed in 1996. Plenty of people clearly thought it was a good idea until then. Certainly many still do. WAAAAAY. Too many Canadians harbor incredibly racist views towards Indigenous people.
Greater than plenty of people clearly thought it was a good idea until then. Most people were simply unaware of it. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and the first time I heard about the residential school program was when I read an article about the last one being closed and the program officially being ended. 2 years after I graduated from high school. It just wasn't something that was discussed ever.
Yeah, chances are if you're in a white area you wouldn't have heard about it before 2000.
I sort of think I had heard of them, but I figured they had ended in the 30s or 40s at the latest. I had no idea they still existed at that point.
She, erroneously, listed her country wrong, when she makes six figures for a cushy do-nothing job, where she still manages to fuck up constantly representing her country. Right. She's entitled scum and neither country should want her.
She also chose a U.S. town with the same name as her own, Dryden NY versus Dryden on, made up an address and, presumably, looked up a valid zip code, and put "retired" as her employer and employment status. That sounds like a lot of effort and adaptation for an accident. Sounds like a bald-faced lie, actually. Totally on brand for her.
It's total bullshit. No way it's an accident. I also wanted to donate to one of the candidates as a Canadian, but it's made very obvious that it's illegal. I didn't realize it before this year, as I never felt compelled to do it before. You can't even buy campaign merch or anything. Like you hinted at, almost deaf, she frauded all her info on purpose. It just seems impossible not to realize.
As a Canadian, I have never donated to an American political party or candidate, nor have I wanted to. I've also never donated politically here ever. I did donate to Planned Parenthood in the States though, when I saw what was happening with the defunding Planned Parenthood and endangering women's health programs by doing so. I sent them $50.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.